Way to go, Tyler. Great start, Tyler. Let's step into the on deck circle, Tyler.
You're listening to the DFS On Deck podcast, brought to you by LineStar App, the top-rated DFS tool set and #1 companion for DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo Daily Fantasy. Go LineStar Premium now at LineStarApp.com. Now, here are your hosts, fantasy baseball experts Joe Pisapia and KC Bubba.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and welcome to On Deck right here on the LineStar app. It is me, it is KC Bubba, and it's you. And we are talking DFS. It's not Tyler. Tyler's not here. If you called trying to reach him, he dead to me. I can't believe it. We got snookered, hoodwinked, bamboozled by Tyler Chatwood, thinking he could be easy and good, and he wasn't. Instead, he got lit up last night. I'm mad. The only saving grace, Bubba, is that Dylan Bundy was outstanding, as we said he has been, and it was time to get on that train. So at least if you play Dylan Bundy, maybe things evened out for you. But, man, I am still raw and chafed about Tyler Chatwood getting lit up against the freaking Royals.
Yep, that was a brutal one. That was tough because I'd do it again in a second if I had that scenario. So, yeah, it's one of those, I don't regret it, but it's like you kind of could see it possibly coming. But, yeah, Bundy was huge because if you played the 5-game early on FanDuel like I did, it made up for whatever Chatwood did at night. So it was good there. DraftKings, different story. But, hey, we live to see another day.
There you go. Well, that's true. And we do live to see another day, which is good. Look, we've got a lot of games to get to today. It's happening, right? Pinch me. We have a full slate of games here.
All 30 teams are playing baseball, Joe. All 30.
God. Oh,
is this 2019?
Yeah, I don't even know what day it is, man. It's been a long week for Joey P. Let me tell you. I was like, I had to think for a second. What show is this? Where am I? Joey P needs a refill. Joe Boo needs a refill right now.
Hey, bartender, Joe Boo needs another rum.
Oh, my goodness. But look, good news from yesterday. Dylan Bundy, definitely good news. Cole Calhoun had that nice little walk-off. Good for him. There were some good things there, definitely, without a doubt. I'm just still mad about stupid Chatwood. Stupid start. Stupid. But anyway, look, it is what it is. And you take the good with the bad. And luckily, we had Dylan Bundy at least in the afternoon. So that was very, very good. Obviously, very profitable for us. But, yeah, any other takeaways from yesterday besides Ohtani in the lineup and hitting the ball? So that's good. That's good. At least he's healthy enough to play.
Yeah, that was good. Just the evening was wild. It was pretty much every contrarian thing. You get like 8-7 Orioles Marlins game. Like it was just craziness. Pure. Like 13 runs from the Royals. Like everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so full slate. Let's do it. Big time things happening. Let's start here. Look, good for the Orioles. They finally don't have to play the Marlins anymore. Oh, here we go. Anibal Sanchez, Tommy Milone. I'm not even going to get into these two pitchers. Bubba. Offensively, this is the all-day slate on the FanDuel side. So tell me, do you have any love for these guys? We want to start going into the Juan Soto stuff. I know it's lefty-lefty, but who cares? I don't have any love for the Orioles lineup right now. I'm just not feeling it. But clearly, guys like Trey Turner 3.4 is a decent value. Howie Kendrick at 2.4 is a great bargain. Anybody else on this one for you?
No, the only thing I was going to mention, Howie Kendrick. If you're playing cash, put him in your lineup. That's it. Insane savings in this matchup versus Malone. And if you do stack the Nats, sure. But Kendrick, I just wanted to point out, is a phenomenal value today.
All right. Next here on the list is now we're going to, finish out these 640 games. Blake Snell against Masahiro Tanaka. So Snell is 8.6, Tanaka is 7K. Over on the DK side, obviously, it's a 640 game. But look, here's my take with this one. Let's see what Bubba thinks. I know it's early, but this is a really important game for the Rays. They haven't gotten off to the best start. I think it's important that they win this game today. I don't really trust the lineup for the Rays, but at the same time, I don't always have the greatest, love for Tanaka and trust in him anymore either. So do you attack this game at all, or you just kind of leave this off? Because it feels like a leave off to me, but what do you think? I know Judge was taking a rest yesterday. So where are you at with this one with the Rays and Yankees?
I'm leaving it off. Like, would you be shocked if some of these guys on the Yankees did things? No. The Rays don't do them in bunches. Like, they do them like as a team, not as a fantasy goodness thing. So I'm just going to pass on this game. That's one thing with this many games on a slate. Do not be afraid to cross games off. Just cross them off. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I am agreeing with you. Okay, now let's get to the main slate. We got that out of the way. Casey, Bubba, and I got everything ready to go here. Let's start with Kyle Wright, Atlanta Braves, 705 versus Vince Velasquez. I love Freddie Freeman in this one. 3.8, you got to pay up, but you know what? It's a really good matchup for him in a nice home run friendly ballpark. Swanson at 3.3. Velasquez stinks. Kyle Wright is mediocre right now. Austin Riley at 2.7, another nice value. I'm looking at the Braves in this one, and Real Muto's on fire, and he's still only 3.2 over on the FanDuel side. DK price, Real Muto is 5K just for a little, and Freddie Freeman's 5.2. So again, you have to marginalize it based on the different sites and stuff, but you could see it's just such a variance, right? You're paying so much more for certain guys, especially the ones that are hotter right now on DK. So this game is much more friendly on FanDuel. But is there something else here that I'm missing that you want to point out to our listeners here?
The only thing I'll point out is the value in this one. Like I agree, Freeman's a phenomenal play, but Jay Bruce usually hitting cleanup in this lineup. Kyle Wright's not great either. Bruce is 26 on FanDuel, 31 on DraftKings. So if you need some savings with a guy that can easily take it out of the ballpark, Bruce is nice and cheap in this one. And the other one I was going to mention is they have he's third base eligible on DraftKings, but he's shortstop eligible, I believe, or second base eligible on FanDuel is Gosselin. He's 2,200. He's been hitting in the middle of the order. No one owns him, and he continues to get it done. So if you want really unique in a GPP, Gosselin's is super savings.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. All right, let's go to the next one here. Matthew Boyd. It's frustrating, Bub, because I really want to get involved with Matthew Boyd, but I just don't like the Pirates. I'm so torn here. I don't know what to do. I want to go with Josh Bell. He's 4.9 on DK. He's expensive. He's only 3K on FanDuel. I mean, I love Bell from the left side more, than the right. But still, with this one, it's like, Matthew Boyd's been a gas can. He's giving up home runs again and stuff like that. Oh, man, it's very difficult. Jacoby Jones has been good at 2.7, though. So that's another one of these circle and value guys, because if you want to go up to Bauer tonight or one of those big-time pitchers, you got to figure that out. But 2.7 there for him. You also look at Josh Bell at 3. Those are the biggest values. Brian Reynolds at 2.4, maybe against Matthew Boyd. But I really want to go after this, Bubba. Am I allowed? Can I go out after school today?
Yes, you can go and play, Joe. You can go play. I have no problem fading Matt Boyd. He's broken. He's giving up long balls. The problem is, like you said, it's Josh Bell and who. Like, I guess check and see. Like, there'll be super savings guys, but who's going to do it is the question. And then I want to point out on DraftKings, if you want to fade the ugly Pittsburgh pitching, CJ Cron's $2,900 and Jonathan Scope's below 3K as well. So have fun there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go to the next thing here. Sandy Alcantara. Miami Marlins, the undefeated. No, they have had a loss, but it just doesn't seem like they've lost it forever because they didn't play for a week and change, and then they haven't lost the game since they come back. They finally get to play another team besides the Orioles. They're going to get the Mets here. Michael Wacha is 7-6. So I guess here's the question. How many games in a row can the Marlins keep pulling out of their hat? and I don't know. Michael Wacha is the guy that I feel confident to stop it. Now, he's been better so far this year, better than I expected anyway. Maybe this is just me as the self-loathing Met fan where I just don't want to buy in. And Alcantara has given the Mets fits in the past sometimes. He's had some of his best games against them. So take that for whatever it's worth either. So what's your take on this one, Bubba? Because this is one where I'm slightly lost.
You summed it up so well for me because can the Marlins do it again? Like, I want to attack Michael Wacha so bad. The way you want to attack Michael Boyd, I want to attack Michael Wacha. And then I see we have frickin' the Miami Marlins. It's like, do I really want to? And they're very affordable on FanDuel, especially.
Well, yeah. Well, like, I like it 2.7 because he's so cheap.
Great at 2.7.
Anybody else? They don't hold anybody on. They don't throw anybody
Birdie's
out.
22. Like, you can get those two guys super cheap. Like, I like those two. But man, like on DraftKings, they're still priced up to make you think about it, so it's tougher there.
Yeah, it's only a FanDuel with VR for me. That's like a cherry pick. Another one of these guys. Like, okay, I'll take this guy from this lineup, this guy from that lineup. I'm gonna go. Like
I play
cash.
him in cash.
Yeah,
I play him in cash easily.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because if I want Bauer tonight, I got to do it. I mean, he's the 11-4. We'll get to him in a second. But and on the Mets side, this one, look, Alcantara, can get those Ks sometimes. The Mets lineup is, they're going to score 0 runs or 7. You just never know who's going to show up. I will say this, as far as free squares go, if Andres Jimenez is in the lineup again, keep an eye on that kid. He's spunky. He's got some speed. It's another one of those guys that, just kind of floating around there. once again, free square only kind of scenario where you're just desperate for some salary relief somewhere and you want to take a shot. That kid's he's been all right. He plays real hard. Just keep an eye on him. Again, it's not like
I want to mention one thing though, Joe. I don't think Alcantara is starting. I think he has the COVID. So I think it's Dan Castano's what I saw, at least on DraftKings they have him there. He's this young lefty. So might be another bullpen game for the Marlins. Does that make you like the Mets at all?
You would think it would. I don't know.
But I know it doesn't make me warm and tingly though.
It's Friday. I'm tired and cranky, and and the Mets are disappointing. I don't know. This is tough, man. I'll tell you what. Probably it makes me like a guy like Jeff McNeil, like professional hitter guy, better. Yes. That's what
big
I like.
Time.
So I think that's what I'm looking for. So that's I think where my approach would be. Alonso could certainly take it. Look, here's the thing. Alonso's price has fallen dramatically. He's down to 3-3 right now. You want to roll the dice with him, but I don't know if either of those guys would be cash games plays for me. Like, I just don't have the confidence level. I think it's a tournament. Let's just play for the upside, roll the dice, and see what happens kind of thing. I would imagine the over is going to be popular as well with the Blue Jays and the Red Sox this evening in Fenway. Ryan Weber against Tanner Rourke. I'm not even going to talk about their pitching prices because I don't think you should be starting either of them.
Nope.
But you definitely have some opportunity here with the top of this Red Sox lineup. Benintendi's all the way down to 2.6. How the mighty have fallen. Devers, Martinez, Bogarts, you can get all of them in the mid threes on FanDuel. Over on DraftKings, clearly that's not going to be the case. They're all 5-1, 5-2, and Xander's 4-1. So look, I would say if you're looking to game stack, this is the game for me. It's good ballpark. It's good hitters. It's guys who have some power upside. So I think it would favor the Red Sox here a little bit more than the Blue Jays. But if you want to get a little crazy, you can go favor the other side of this one and just grab one or two, maybe grab a Devers, grab a Martinez, one of those two guys. Also, Verdugo has been hot lately as well at 2.3, another practically free square. And I love those guys. In fact, 2-3, he might be the free square of the night, and he's only 3-3 on DK. So he's free square everywhere. Your thoughts on this one, Bubba, with the Blue Jays and Red Sox?
On the DraftKings side of it, Xander at 41 is too cheap. Like, that's just ridiculous. In this matchup, you kind of circle that one. And then this Blue Jays offense is one I really want to use against Ryan Weber, who's not good at all. Then you got the Boston bullpen. The outfielders on DraftKings are cheap with Hernandez and Gurriel. You have to pay up a little more for the infielders. But on FanDuel, you got Gurriel at 27, Grichuk at 26. You got a little bit of savings there, and even the big boys aren't too expensive on FanDuel. So you could have some fun with the Blue Jays on this slate against a bad Ryan Weber.
Yeah, get in there while the getting's good. All right, Twins and Royals. Oh, you know what? It's almost like I can't even stay mad at the Royals because I love Whit Merrifield so much.
Yep.
I just don't know how to quit him. He's all the way up to 5.7, by the way, in this game. So Lara 4-2, coming off a home run yesterday. But on FanDuel side, 3-3 for Whit Merrifield, who is just smoking hot right now. Jorge Soler at 3-1, so the price hasn't caught up. They exploded yesterday for a ton of runs. The Twins are always very good, too. So looking at this one, I mean, this is another game where, you could definitely get some love here. Rosario's 3.1 on FanDuel, Polanco's 3K. There's a lot of affordable bats tonight in some games that you would have thought were, you'd have to pay up a little bit more for. There's a lot of high totals. It's going to be a Friday of run scoring, I think. So I don't think you want to get cute with the pitching. There's plenty of offense to go around. What do you think about the offense in this contest between these two teams? Is there someone in particular you have your eye on?
Well, Mitch Garver at 24 on FanDuel is crazy. Really crazy in this matchup because I think that's way too cheap in this. You got Maikel Franco in deep last night. He's only 26. The wind's blowing out heavily to left, at least early forecast. So this could be a fireworks night. Like Miguel Sano, only 3K. There's a lot to like in this game. You mentioned the last one as a game stack. Two really bad pitchers and a lot of bullpen probably going to get used. I think you could really stack this game and it's affordable. Get your Trevor Bauer on FanDuel, especially on DraftKings. It's not too bad. Max Kepler at 43 still too cheap in that format.
My favorite thing about Mitch Garver is he sounds like an 80s drama detective, right? Well, tonight on CBS, has Mitch Garver gone too far? Will he able to get out of this one? Tune in tonight, right after Dallas. It's very Mitch Garver. He definitely is
the Dallas reference. Detective. There we go.
Yeah, maybe Dynasty, beautiful. Something like that. That's right. For all you 80s kids out there, the people in their 20s are like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah, they have no idea. Yeah.
That's all right.
Wait till we get Murder, She Wrote on, kids.
Bro, my whole DVR's Murder, She Wrote, bro. You'd think she'd move out of that damn town. Every week somebody's getting bumped off. It's like the most dangerous. People talk about, Chicago having a lot of crime. Forget that. Whatever that little New England town that Angela Lansbury lived in, dude, every week somebody's getting freaking knocked off there. Somebody's getting whacked.
And some of the worst police officers ever. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah. The police force there is just tragedy. It's terrible. Yeah. All right. I don't even know what the town was. But all right. If you're listening to the podcast, go on to Twitter and tell me what the name of the town is from Murder, She Wrote. I'm not going to Google it. I just want to know if you're really listening out there. All right. Let's continue on. Oh, I can feel the gifts coming now, Bubba. I can feel it's Friday.
Yep. It's coming.
Everyone's exhausted, and I can feel I don't even know if they could. Does that happen? Are there Angela Lansbury gifts? Are there Murder, She Wrote gifts?
People look hard enough. There's everything online.
I guess they're going to find them. All right, Trevor Bauer, 11.4K against Eric Lauer. Bauer versus Lauer. 10.6 on DK, though. Woo, loving that. On DK, it's great. You got to pay through the nose on FanDuel, but we're talking about all these value bats. You can do it tonight. Normally, I see you at 11.4, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. There's a ton of value here. We talked about Mitch Garver. We talked about all these other guys. There's so many guys in the 2 range that you can make Trevor Bauer work without any problem. Don't get cute. The Brewers are still, not 100% rolling right now. Christian Yelich should have the inside the park home run. That's great. Terrific. But he is not in normal Christian Yelich, just rake mode yet, in my opinion. So I'm good with Bauer, and I'm just going right at it. Are you as confident as I am?
Yeah, on a slate like this where pitching's so murky, and I've kind of been going with this lately, I'd rather pay for pitching that on at least 9 times out of 10 is going to be pretty strong, and I'll take my chances with bats with the value. You take Bauer in this one, because even if he gives up a few runs, he's going to strike out so many that he offsets all of that. So, yes, pay for Bauer tonight.
All right, next year we've got Cesar Hernandez at 2.7 leading off for the Cleveland Indians against Dylan Cease, 2.7 on FanDuel. Cesar Hernandez, I own him every season-long Roto League because he was a free guy you could take towards the end of a draft. And I don't understand, this guy's got pop and speed. He's going to hit leadoff. What's the problem here? Why does nobody want the guy but me? I literally every team. And so far, so good. Dylan Cease was good his last time out. The White Sox offense starting to stumble just a little bit. They faced a good string of pitchers here. They're going to face another one in Aaron Savali tonight. At 9.3 on FanDuel, it's okay. Same on DK. It's the same price there, 9.3. But I feel more confident about paying up the extra couple grand for Trevor Bauer, as crazy as that might seem. Is that off for you, or do you think Savali is a good pivot from Trevor Bauer and save 2 grand, spread it around?
I want Trevor Bauer pretty much everywhere, but Aaron Savali is my tournament pivot. That's the guy I like a lot. He's legit. People kind of like, oh, he's faced some this and that, but he dominated the Twins his last time out. This White Sox team's good, but also the strikeouts will be there. So I do like Aaron Savali.
That's a good point. Big time. As good as they are, the strikeouts are there too. So good point on that one. So we're going to fade away from the White Sox if we both like Savali. And look at Carlos Santana hitting from the left side against Dylan Cease too. A little bit more pop there from him on that side of the plate. John Lester versus Daniel Ponce de Leon. We'll see if the Cardinals can rediscover baseball. See what I did there?
Well played. This is why you're a pro, Joe.
This is why I'm a professional. This is why I get the medium bucks, my friend. This is another one too. I don't know how the Cardinals are going to react to the layoff. The Cubs scored no runs yesterday against the Royals pitching. So I throw my hands up here, Bubba. I defer to you on this one. Where are your head at?
I'm just passing on this game. I really am.
Okay, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel much better.
I'm passing on this game because, I'm passing. No place here for me.
All right. Continuing on here, Angels, Griffin Canning against Jordan Lyles, 7-2 for Canning, 6-2 for Lyles. This is another one where Ohtani at 3.1 on FanDuel. He's certainly appealing. Some cheap power. Willie Calhoun all the way down to 2.3. Talk about rock bottom for him. Elvis Andrus just 2.5 too. Griffin Canning is decent, but he's not somebody I'm intimidated by any stretch. You're going to have to pay for Trout, obviously, as always, 4.5 for him on FanDuel, 5.9 on DraftKings. So you're not going to have Mike Trout probably tonight in your lineup. But Bubba, is there anything else here? Would you, let's say, roll and double dip with Ohtani after last night against Jordan Lyles tonight?
Yeah, Ohtani's definitely in play tonight. Tommy La Stella's value on both sides. If he was hitting 5th or 6th yesterday, he could be some nice value versus Jordan Lyles. And I did want to mention with Griffin Canning on DraftKings, he's a decent SP2, especially in cash, because The ceiling usually isn't super high, but the floor is pretty good with Griffin Canning. So if you're looking for an SP2, you could go his direction.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next one here. Luke Weaver, 6.6 against Zach Davies. What are your thoughts on Weaver bottoming out here price-wise?
That's fine with me because I want to stack the snot out of San Diego.
Ooh, the snot out of
I love
San
this
Diego.
one. Yeah, I had to clean it up for
right.
the listening, Clara. This is one I really, really like.
All right, go ahead. Why? Why do you like it so much?
I think Weaver is extremely overrated. A lot of pitch to contact. And this Padres offense is still just clicking on all cylinders, and they are just getting no respect. They're getting priced up on FanDuel finally. I'll say that much. Myers at 31 is not bad. Machado at 32 is strong, but like Grisham's gone up. Fernando Tatis is very expensive, but a couple discounts. Cronenworth's 25 on FanDuel. He's 27 on DraftKings, so that's savings to get you a piece of San Diego. And Grisham's still only 42 on DraftKings. Will Myers is cheap on DraftKings. There's ways to get Padres exposure who I think pop off again tonight.
Speaking of exposure, I just had to open up the shades here in the office because it got so dark with all the shade you're throwing at Luke Weaver. I needed some sunlight. Bam!
Yeah, there's no Dreamweave in the night.
Oh my God! We are just spinning metaphors. It's just
it's Friday.
We are. For those who are wondering what's wrong with Joe today, it's the 5th straight day of me waking up at 4:30 in the morning to cover a radio shift for someone. That's why. That's why I'm as punchy as I am. So you're welcome. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we got 3 more games. Let's see if we can squeeze them all into this half hour. Zach Greinke, 8.8 against Chris Bassett, who's pitched surprisingly well so far, but not good enough for me to go throwing him against the Astros. If you want to be crazy, okay. If you think as a secondary arm on DK at 8.3 that you want to dance with that, fine by me. I'm not doing it. And I'm waiting for Zach Greinke to have the Zach Greinke start. I feel like he's just kind of ramping up still. Like he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been great either. This would be a very pivotal start for me in my mind for Zach Greinke, especially, without having Verlander, with having some youth in this rotation. This is kind of why you're paying Zach Greinke to have this kind of a statement start. Go out there and get a 4-2 victory and just go out there and just, dominate a little bit. But at 10.2 on DK, it's really expensive. 8.8, it's a little bit easier. I actually see I feel like there's a good path to the win potentially for him here. Greinke's typically been a quality start machine for the last year or so. So what are your thoughts between Greinke and Bassett in this contest here?
I pretty much agree with all that. Like Bassett, I don't mind if people want to roll with him in a GPP. There's a lot of risk. And I'm a big Bassett fan. He has pitched great, like you said. But he hasn't really faced an Astros lineup. That's the difference. That's a big difference. Love him or hate him, they're a good darn team. Greinke hasn't got it done yet. It's one of those you can trust in him. The FanDuel price is very good at $8,800. I don't hate that at all. I think riding a hot Matt Olson bat's interesting in this one. Overall, though, I kind of wanted to stay away from this game. Like, if you want to go Astros versus Bassett, sure. But I like both these pitchers enough to not get blown up, which makes me not want to fantasy stack them on a night full of offense.
I agree. I'm with you, man. 100%. Nailed it. All right, 2 more. Your San Francisco Giants, Jeff Samardzija against Julio Urias. Now, this one I like. 8.K. I like Urias against Samardzija. He's all the way at 9.8 on DK. No. But 8.1. See, this is the tournament arm I'm into tonight. I get to save a lot of cash. Not that I need to, but I can pay up for just a little bit more certainty. Like I can go all the way up to wherever I want to with the Red Sox or the Twins, whatever. If I want Nelson Cruz tonight, I can get me a Nelson Cruz, and Urias is the way to do it. And I think he's about ready for a quality start. I think he is a good lock for a win here. The Giants, we have a false sense of the Giants, I think, this week after playing in Colorado all week. I think they come crashing back down to earth here against the Dodgers in Los Angeles. I understand the rivalry is a rivalry, but this ain't Colorado, kids. So Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Tell me.
No, rivalries are rivalries when there's talent involved. So there's no talent involved. There's a difference, Joe. Julio Urias at 81 is a great play on FanDuel. Like, it really is. That's why it's if you want to get away from the chalk Bauer, like Savali's different, Urias is different.
See, now Savali I like is
3
the
guys.
pivot. He's the in-between. You do have the 3 guys there, but when I'm trying to look for W's right now, Urias to me is that W.
Oh, his win equity is tremendous in this one. Yeah, you can't fault that at all. So I like that a lot. DraftKings a little pricey, sure, but the bats, like the Dodger bats, I like more on DraftKings because on FanDuel they're actually priced up compared to normal. But man, Samardzija is going to get smoked tonight. So if you want to go Dodgers, knock yourself out. Like you can pick him. Jock's going to be popular because he double donged the other night. He's cheap tonight, but he's good for 4 strikeouts or 2 homers. So remember that. But there's a lot of good offense with the Dodgers tonight.
Next and last, Antonio Senzatella, my people, against Yusei Kikuchi and the Mariners. Rockies, Mariners. Rockies on the road is never great, but Matt Kemp all the way down to 2.8. Another guy that's just, hey, swinging the bat good. But look, it's not in Colorado, so there's always that pause. Okay, what are the Rockies outside of course? And there's still some good hitters out there. And I think you look at the value of Matt Kemp and the way he's playing right now, and you consider it. I don't think I want a ton of exposure to it, but if you have a lineup that's got Kemp in it, is you want to like flip things around here, you want to have a lineup that's got Kemp at 2.8 and somebody else at 2.7, like Cesar Hernandez, something like that. I'd rather have Cesar Hernandez at the top of the order. I just think there's a lot more chance for him to score some runs tonight and be on base. So that's the only reason for me I'd fade away from this. And as you know, I'm never looking at the Seattle Mariners lineup for runs scored. So this one's a hard pass for me, basically.
Yeah, I just want to mention Kikuchi's 5K on DK, and he's going to be super popular. Like, I've heard his name everywhere already.
Is that wrong?
I think no, it's not. It really isn't, because the Rockies outside of Coors, especially we've seen in the past, first game outside of Coors, at 5K, even if he gives up like 3 or 4 runs, he can go 5 or 6 and strike out 6+. He'll be fine. But I wanted to mention Senzatella at 58. He pitched really well on the road last year. He pitched well at home this past week. And this Mariners offense, like I like him because there's power there, but they strike out so much. 36% for Lewis and many others. Senzatella at 58 because everyone's on Kikuchi. Like, if you want to punt with Senzatella, I think that's interesting tonight on DraftKings.
I like where your head's at, Bubba. I like this.
I'm here.
Win equity, throwing shade, dropping word bombs and hashtags.
Oh, yeah, I'm just getting loose on this show. It's only our second week, Joe. Just wait.
It's amazing. Like, by August, normally we would be like really towards the home stretch here, but we're really just starting to get dialed in here. Like, I feel much better about today. Yesterday was tricky because we were so limited. We just didn't want to screw up. And look what happens when you just try not to screw up. You end up screwing up. So the takeaway there is just, keep plowing through. Tonight's a much better night. A lot more offense on the board. Keep it simple with the pitching, but the offense, you have so many options there. And speaking of offense, it's that time again. It's time to call our shot. Bubba and I are each going to give you our pick to home run tonight. My pick to go yard is Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox in Fenway Park against Tanner Roark. Rafael Devers, put it on the board. Yes. Bubba, where are you going for your home run tonight?
I am going to Atlanta, to Hotlanta, to Freddie Freeman. He's going deep tonight.
That was my other one. Oh, boy.
Yep,
it's a
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, you got to plug. Whenever both of us want to turn the keys on a guy, that's a big, big hell yeah, red flag. Go get some. So Freddie Freeman, Rafael Devers, those are your guys. And if you want to win some free swag, go to LineStarApp.com and download that free LineStar app and upgrade to the premium product. And in the meantime, if you retweet this segment over on Twitter, you will get some free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff. You love it. Don't pretend like you don't. Everybody loves it. You get a chance if you retweet this little segment here to win some free swag. So in the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody. We thank you for listening to the show. We've loved interacting with you this week. Let's keep it going. Mm-hmm. Have a great weekend. We'll come back Monday strong, recap everything for you, get you all set up for your Monday games. And of course, don't forget, follow us at LineStar MLB, at LineStar App, at Casey Bubba, and at Joe Pisapia 17. That'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. There's nothing left to do now except step into the batter's box and go yard. We'll see you next time, kids.
You've been listening to the DFS On Deck podcast, brought to you by LineStar. Hit subscribe, tell a friend, and stay tuned for the next episode from fantasy baseball experts Joe Pisapia and Casey Bubba.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia. I'm going to do that again because I'm so tired. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.